Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got a great tea for you guys today, and let me tell you, I have been sitting here and smelling this thing for quite some time, and I can't wait to dig right in because today's blend, I keep calling them blends. Today's tea is something that I've never tried before. You guys know I try to bring you teas that I've never tasted, so that it's mostly a new experience for the both of us. But this one I've never had before, and it smells incredible. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig into this one. It's called Golden Needle Yunnan, and let me tell you, this thing is incredible. Just the scent of it alone has got my mouth watering. So let's take a look at the tea itself. Now you'll notice something very unique about this tea. Let me just switch it around because it's a little bit on the other side. Hey Ma, welcome. So if you take a look at the colors on those leaves. You can see right away why they're called golden needles. It's because they have that orange goldish tint to them. Now you can tell right away. You'll be able to see it better on the wet leaf, but you can tell right away. Look at that. You have the two leaf and a bud right there, and the bud has that. Hey Teresa, welcome. It's the bud who has that really bright golden color, and that's where it gets its name from. It's very, very stringy, very needle-like, and that's why. And it's also grown in the Yunnan region, so that's how it got its name. So let's take a look at the open leaf, the wet leaf. Oh, it just kind of flopped right over. But look at how beautiful that is. It just opens right up, and you can see right there the two leaves and a bud, and it's not even fully opened yet. The leaves are still a little bit curled, and I don't think I'll be able to open this leaf without damaging it more. That'll do it. Okay, so if we take a look at the leaf, you can see how big it is. Now there's a lot in comparison between the two. You see this side here hasn't opened up yet, but this side has. That's a big difference in shape. I'm trying to get this thing to open up and stay open. That's the difficult part. It keeps curling back. Yeah, I'll just hold it like that. You can see big difference. This is when it's open versus when it's closed. You see this one right here. That's the closed leaf. So that tells me that this could have stayed in the water a little bit longer. I was a little bit concerned because usually when tea is like that thin and you keep it in 212 degrees for the full 5 minutes, a lot of the time it'll oversteep and become bitter. So instead, I did it for 3 minutes this time around, just to play it safe. But I may have been able to steep it longer. I don't know. I can try steeping these same leaves again, probably over and over again for another couple minutes each, or I can do a fresh batch for 5 minutes and see how well that comes out. But right now this is slightly understeeped, which playing it safe, I made sure. Excuse me. I made sure that I wanted to get a nice full taste without going overboard. So let's go ahead and smell the dry leaves. Oh, that was really nice. When I first opened up the packet, all I could smell was chocolate, like straight up, just chocolate. Oh, it smelled like. It reminded me of the. I used to work close to a chocolate factory, and like every morning I would walk across the bridge, and all you would smell is chocolate. Oh, that was the one thing that got me going every day. Hey, Martin, welcome. So this scent really brings back memories. Let's see if there's any difference with the wet leaf. Mm. Okay, so the wet leaf is more on the earthy side. It has more of that traditional black tea scent to it. I'm getting that muscatel. There's a big difference between the dry leaf and the wet leaf. The dry leaf smells more sweet, more chocolatey. The wet leaf smells more earthy, smoky. Smells kind of nutty to me. So let's go ahead and. Usually I don't smell the liqueur on these streams much, but I think because there's such a stark difference between the two, let's see if there's any middle way in the brew. That's interesting. It is. There is a good amount of middle ground between the two. I'm getting kind of like a chocolate peanut combination. Not peanut butter, but chocolate peanut. I'm getting that muscatel. Very, very light smoke. That earthiness. Hey, Snail, welcome. Oh man, and like notes of honey. Ooh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Now, just FYI, I burned my tongue a little bit earlier, so I'm still like it's not gonna be as sensitive, but I'm sure there's enough left for me to make a good description. Ooh, that is really nice. I'm gonna have to take a second sip, um, just because like it's hard for me to it's hard for me to find the right taste in there. It's very smooth. I'm getting like notes of honey, notes of nut, notes of peach. Notes of like a bit of wood. Now, it's not as sweet as a dry leaf. Um, it's got a nice, robust flavor to it. Um, there's a strong, it's a strong earthiness. I'm kind of glad that I understeeped this because it's giving me a good experience of every little bit that it has to offer. This is a very complex taste. Um, I was hoping that it would have more notes of like cocoa, because it smelled like dark chocolate so much on the dry leaf. But instead, I'm only getting that as I like breathe. Um, I'm still trying to. I'm looking for it. Maybe as it cools down, it'll taste more chocolatey. But this time around, it's very, very smoky, very subdued, subdued chocolate, but like the peach, the honey, the wood, the smoke, everything else is culminating into a much broader sense. And there's a very, very slight tinge of copper. Little tiny bit metallic, but overall it's earthy. It's bold. It's very smooth. I don't taste any astringency at all. Like this is very, very pleasant. And there's a slight mouthfeel to it. It's heavy. It's a little bit very, very slightly grainy. It's kind of, how do I put this? Like it's heavy on the front end, but it dissipates kind of quickly. So I can feel it coating my tongue, but it doesn't stay there very long. Like, you know how some teas have a very strong mouthfeel, kind of graininess, like a rooibos. It has that presence that you just know you drank some rooibos, and it stays there for a minute or two. This one, it stays on your tongue for just a couple seconds, and then it kind of washes away. Mm. I love how it just feels going down my chest. How everything just kind of like, you drink and I can feel it going down into my stomach. Mainly from the heat because of the hot water. But there's also a certain kind of heaviness to it that follows my tract after I swallow. Mm. Oh, that's really, really nice. This is the kind of tea that I look for, because I tend to go for like the bold, savory flavors, and there's a slight bit of malty, like a maltiness to it. It's probably from the golden needle itself, from the bud. When that usually has a lighter taste to it. Like if you're drinking silver needle, everything is going to be just that silky smooth flavoring to it. But then in a white tea, it's difficult to place. In a black tea, because the leaves are so bold, the bud is going to stand out distinctly as a lighter, sweeter flavor. So that's probably where the malt is coming from. Oh, that is delicious. Like I'm seriously fighting the urge. I mean, you see, I usually don't drink like that where I just slurp, slurp, slurp. I usually give a little bit more detail in between each slurp, but this is hard to resist because the boldness. I think that it's a combination of the flavor, the temperature, and the weather outside. The weather is a little bit cold. It's been snowing a bit as of late, and you know, like it's giving me that nice, comfortable feeling in my stomach. This is definitely the right tea for this kind of weather. I'm really, like, you see, I keep looking down because like I'm resisting the urge to take another sip, but it's difficult because I want to talk to you guys. I want to talk about the flavoring, this so much, but it's like it's hard to resist. Hey Andre, welcome. Mm. I'm also surprised at how smooth it is. Like normally when I drink a black tea, there's at least a little bit of astringency. Um, that boldness, especially like I was really afraid of oversteeping. I'll be honest with you. It's been difficult for me uh, to drink it and then I mean to steep it and then like drink it and just afraid of the ick because I had high hopes for this tea once I opened it up and I smelled it and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. And so I'm careful with it not to prove myself wrong. If I mess it up, then my first experience is gonna be a bad one. So I played it safe. I understeeped it, and it really did pay off. But I think that I could afford for this particular blend, for this particular tea at least, to be more brave and do it for the full 5 minutes. And I think it'll still stand up just as well. Mm. But I'm definitely impressed by the flavor of this. Even as it cools down, this thing has been. Uh, I brewed it about half an hour ago, um, because what I do is 15 minutes before the stream starts, I prepare the tea and then I start. So it's already been sitting 15 minutes before the show starts, and it's still really really hot at the beginning. Hey Geraldine, welcome. It's still really really hot in the beginning, but it tends to cool down faster the longer the stream goes. So it gives me a broader look at the taste, um, from the beginning where it's hot to where it's cooler, depending on how long I stand before you guys would determine how cool it gets at the end. Sometimes I do put some ice in there just to hurry it all, along, but in this case, I want to keep it hot. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to keep it hot for the flavor itself. Because let me tell you, this is not the weather for for iced tea. Um, this is definitely just the kind of environment for the bolder, warmer, cozy flavors for it. And right now there's a kind of warmth in my stomach and right up here. Like for some reason, this part up here is not cooling off, and this part down here. So I have two hot spots, and it's keeping me nice and cozy. I tell you, this is some good stuff. And I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the chocolate tones to come out. It's there, but it's really hard to taste. Right now, it's still kind of earthy and woody with notes of peach and honey. But like I really really want it to start tasting like chocolate. Not that I'll be disappointed if it doesn't, but um, maybe if I super understeep it, maybe if I do it like an oolong rather than a black tea, which is to say probably around 180 degrees, the sweeter sensations will come out better, because cooler temperatures are more susceptible to bring out sweet than it is savory. Okay, that's interesting. I had about a flash of cinnamon. Like it was there for a second as I was breathing in, and now it's gone. Maybe it's because I washed my hands before I prepared the tea, and I think I got a whiff of the soap. And ironically enough, the soap that we have is jasmine scented, so I think that might have contributed. Yeah, it might have contributed to the flavoring of the tea. That's very interesting. Mm. Oh, that's really nice. I'm thoroughly impressed with this tea. Okay, I'm gonna do the Thomas taste. I have to. I'm gonna find that chocolate if it's the last thing I do. It's in there somewhere. All right, let's go ahead and do the Thomas taste. Okay, that's interesting. It's burning a lot slower during the Thomas taste, and I'm getting more of a woody taste to it. I'm getting wood. I'm getting honey. I'm getting peach. Yeah, that chocolate is just eluding me. I swear it's in there somewhere. Mm. I love the way it just like, hey Zam, welcome. I love the way that it just kind of like envelops in my mouth. Like as I breathe in and out, it tastes like it echoes a taste. It's very, very breathy, heavy as I breathe in and out. And I taste and retaste over and over again. That's very interesting. And it's got like a little bit of malt to it on the breath itself. Mm. Ooh, okay, okay. There we go. Now I'm getting a little bit of the chocolate to it. I guess it had to cool off enough for me to find it, but it's not even like at the front of my tongue. I'm getting like from the midsection back. It's like a dark chocolate. Mm. Ooh, that is really nice. That's okay. Okay, now it's there. Now I'm satisfied I can sleep tonight, knowing that it's not my imagination, but there actually is a chocolatey, uh, a chocolatey benefit, I guess, to this particular tea. Mm. Oh, that is really nice. Okay, I'm going to open up the floor. Questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, now is the time. As usual, I will answer Teresa's question, what would I pair this tea with? Um, it's got a nice bold flavor. I would have to compete with something bold as well. Um, will I be selling this tea? If I can find something of this quality, I would. Um, I'll have to look for something similar. But I would not mind having this on my menu, I guess, or in my stock. Oh, excuse me. So what would I pair this with? Um, oof, not a good time for hiccups, dude. Uh, I would say definitely chocolate. Chocolate would go well with this. I would probably contrast it with a milk chocolate rather than a dark chocolate, just to see what the differences would be. I want to bring out the sweetness a little bit from the tea itself. So I would probably pair it with milk chocolate or a chocolate mousse, something light and airy to that can dissolve on the tongue in comparison. Uh, ooh, it just got a strong taste of peach on there. Yeah, all of those sweet flavors are starting to come out now. Now that it's getting cooler. Ooh, this is right now. I feel like this is gonna put me to sleep. Like I'm just getting like this nice warm sensation up and down my stomach, and I could just curl up in bed right now. I swear, this stuff is like really. It's having an effect on me, and you know it's definitely a positive one. Oof. Oh, that is so nice. And I love like that malt flavoring is still there. I think chocolate and malt make a really great pairing. Like when I was a kid, we used to have those chocolate malt milkshakes. Oh, so good. I haven't had one in a while. I'm gonna have to see if they have that malt powder anywhere and make it make it again. Oh man, those were memories. I remember Grandpa used to put egg in it, raw egg for protein in the milkshake. Oh wow, I haven't thought about that in ages. Oh well, that's enough about nostalgia. Um, hmm. Yeah, I still can't think of anything else to pair this with. So that being said, keep throwing them questions at me. I'll be happy to answer. In the meantime, I do have a couple of updates on the tea festival. So the tickets are selling now. You can grab them for entry, and as well, I will be teaching a class on Sunday, the April 14th, at 1 p.m. and that will be called it'll be called sensuality, and it's a class about enhancing your tea experience using all five senses. Now, the premise is pretty self-explanatory. When you drink tea, you usually just taste it. Maybe you engage your sense of smell, but there's also three other senses that you don't think to engage. You know, there's also sight, there's also sound, there's also touch, the warmth of the cup in your hand, for instance. And a lot of that just goes out the window when you're actually drinking the tea. But it's those kind of simple rituals that really enhance not just your tea experience, but also increases your mindfulness of the moment and allows you to further enjoy what you're doing in that instance. So I'll be teaching about 45 minutes of that, how to engage all five of your senses during each step in the tea preparation process. And I really hope to see some of those familiar faces, because this is going to be the first time I do this class in front of a live audience. And I'm really looking forward to it. So it'll be nice to see a couple of people I can trust in the audience. So if you want to purchase your tickets, you can go to chicagoteafestival.com, purchase your entrance fee, and then go to the what is it called? Is it experience? No, let me make sure. It's like Tea Experience or Chicago Tea Festival, and then workshop tickets. That's what it is. So you'll go into tickets, get your admission tickets, and then your workshop tickets, and that's where you can sign up for my class or any other class. We have, I believe it's about 15 classes. Let me see, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 classes. I was close. So we have 12 classes in general, plus professional cupping tickets, which is done by somebody who's very well known in the tea world. Let me see, what was I forgot his name. But those will be happening periodically all day long, so you can pick up a specific session that you'll like, and you'll be able to enjoy your cupping from there. Okay, that is it for me, folks. Thanks for joining me tonight. This has been a really delicious tea. I highly recommend it, and I will be posting the link in the description. So until next time, have a great night, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye!